The gloves are well and truly off now. Previously, when doing the urban exploration leveling strategy, I handicapped myself. It was as part of a personal challenge that I was doing, but no longer. Today we push this strategy to the limit. My previous time was 3 hours and 23 minutes. I'm looking to shave that down to 3 hours or less, a whole 23 minutes faster, and I am confident that I have the strategy to do exactly that. It all starts on character creation. A lot of you asked how I get out of the starting zone without doing the intro. Well, every door is openable except for this one. You could get lucky and it's already open, or you have to wait here like I did. Let's hope that this extra time doesn't come back to bite me later. Once you click the portal, you're through. Once you get to Stormwind, there's a little bit of setup to do. Number 1, turn your Chromie time to Legion. You can stay in this Chromie time for the entire run. Number 2, set your Hearthstone to Stormwind. Number 3, get your Dalaran Hearthstone by either doing the intro or skipping it like I do here. Now we have all the tools we need for this run. This part of the run is pretty similar to the one in the last video, except I added an extra zone. Instead of going to Uldum right after Dragonblight, I detoured down to the Grizzly Hills. Why? Well, I'm glad you asked. In my initial run, by far the least efficient 10 levels was between level 30 and 40. If I was going to shave off any time, it was likely going to be there. My plan to do just that starts from the get-go. Now let me make this crystal clear. Exploration XP is only buffed by 2 things, the Earthen Racial buff and level difference. The Warband buff doesn't work. War Mode doesn't work. Dark Moon Fair does not work. If they did, this would be by far the fastest leveling strategy in the game. But we have to play the hand that we are dealt, so we are going to squeeze every ounce of benefit we can from the level difference. Since I already explained this in a previous video, I'll make this quick. When you are 5 or more levels below a zone, you get increased exploration XP. This will be dubbed the red zone. When you are even with a zone's level, you get normal XP, and this will be dubbed the yellow zone. In between the two is an orange zone, where you get a flat amount of extra XP. I figured out that the XP you get from the orange zones is a snapshot of the XP you get from the last level of the red zone. It sounds complicated, but here it is in simple terms. Say I was level 15 in a level 20 zone, and I was getting 500 XP per discovery. When I hit level 16 and the zone goes orange, I will still be getting that 500 XP, which is more than I would be getting if I were in a yellow zone. My plan is to milk any XP increase I possibly can. Because I started at level 10, as soon as I hit level 11, both Dragonblight and Grizzly Hills turned orange for me. The amount of bonus XP I got from stretching my strategy let me get even closer to level 15 going into Uldum. The amount of bonus XP you get in a red zone is based on how close you are to the minimum level. The closer you are, the more XP you get per discovery. All of this is snowballing and going exactly how I planned. From Uldum, I went to the next 3 zones of Northrend, the Storm Peaks, Crystal Song Forest, and Ice Crown. All of them are level 25 plus zones. My time to level 20 was about the same as my previous run at 24 minutes, so I didn't even sacrifice any time to get this benefit. However, I did lose out on Winter Grasp as it was an active PvP ground when I was doing the run, which means I couldn't fly in it. A bit tragic, but we'll have to play around it. The next part of the run also has changes. Pretty big ones too. This time, in my effort to abuse the level difference strategy, I took the Caverns of Time portal after Northrend and did Uldum. There are 3 easy level 30 zones to grab: Uldum, the Twilight Highlands, and Vashj'ir. The goal was to get as close to level 30 as I possibly could before heading into Draenor. So I also explored zones like Tanaris, which I made the mistake of doing after Uldum. It should have been before to maximize the Uldum gains. But along with throwing in Tanaris, on my way to the Twilight Highlands, I also explored parts of, but not all of, the Searing Gorge and the Badlands, with the Wetlands and Dun Morogh being my path to Vashj'ir, exploring what I could along the way. If you watched my previous video, you'll already see that I have put a lot more thought into this pathing. This all culminated in my plan going perfectly. I hit level 30 in Vashir with a time of 58 minutes, a whole 7 minutes faster than my previous time. I'm already making some gains from milking it. All these changes have led to this, making my levels 30 to 40 faster. So how did it go? My previous time to level 40 was 1 hour and 43 minutes. My new strategy put me at 1 hour and 37 minutes. Let's go. Wait a second. That's only 6 minutes. Wait a second, I was 7 minutes just a second ago. Are you kidding me? Are you telling that all of this planning, all of this big brain activity, and it only leads to losing time on something that I didn't even plan for, only for it to be worse than what I was planning before? I mean, gains are still gains. And it is a bit faster overall, but I have to shave off another 18 minutes somewhere to get under 3 hours. I guess that means I have to go turbo mode. The next part of my plan involved replicating a mistake I made in my last run, because I actually realized it was a pretty good play. As I mentioned previously, the Orange Zone XP is a snapshot of the red XP you get at its peak. So I went an extra 3 levels before going into Legion. With the XP changes brought in the War Within, the XP needed actually starts going down at later levels. So heading to Suramar at level 43 means my XP gain to XP ratios were absolutely off the charts. Legion was already the breadbasket of this run, and I was about to make milk bread with how I squeezed the udder that was the level difference mechanic. This resulted in a big push, past level 50 and all the way to level 57 by the end of Legion, with my time to level 50 hitting a ludicrous 2 hours and 2 minutes. My previous time was 2 hours and 13 minutes, that's a whole 11 minutes faster. It also leaves an entire hour to get to level 70 from level 50, and since I skyrocketed to 57 already, it should be as easy as pie. I just needed 13 levels, and with the final pick in the draft, I select Pandaria. At least, I hoped it would take me over the finish line. My past run left it out because I had the restrictions of no quests. I had thought you needed to do some of the intro to get there. But it turns out that after a certain level, which I don't really know which level it is, the Jade Forest portal just opens up. So it was off to the races. Making my way around Pandaria in a clockwise fashion, I decided to keep Jade Forest for last. It was the zone that had the richest amount of discoveries, and I was most familiar with it. Only one problem. It didn't quite have the legs that I had hoped. The speed was great, don't get me wrong, but I had a decision to make. While I hoped to finish with Pandaria, I had already pre-weighed my options. But the nerves were getting to me. Time was running out, so as soon as I was done with the Jade Forest, I hit my Hearthstone. Except I hit the wrong one. It wouldn't be too much of a time loss, but every second counts. I raced over to the Darnassus portal and made my way to Mount Hyjal. Just like the other Kata zones, it was a speed demon in terms of exploration leveling. But it still wasn't enough. So I went to Ajara. Still wasn't enough. Ashenvale? Nope, not enough. Oh, time was running out and I fumbled my path to Stone Talon. 3 discoveries away, 2 discoveries away, 1, and it was over. It's done. I hit level 70, but was it fast enough? Did I achieve 3 hours or less? 3 hours and 1 minute. I can't even really be upset at this. Sometimes reality is crazier than fiction. Was it the Hearthstone mix-up? Did I do Uldum too soon? Was it Wintergraphs not being up? Wait a second. You could get lucky and it's already open, or you have to wait here like I did. Let's hope that this extra time doesn't come back to bite me later. Thank you so much for watching. I thought about ending the video there, but I simply can't go without mentioning how absolutely grateful I am for the recent support. I got 2,000 subscribers on the previous video. What? So, thank you for everything, and have a wonderful journey.